During the pandemic, I have witnessed many restaurants getting shut down, a lot of businesses getting closed, and there are, uh, especially during the lockdown season, if you have ever gone to the restaurants which were telling their tales, and especially the abandoned chairs are saying more than words could ever say, and especially without customers, the food has no life, and the restaurants they don't have life without people or the customers. That's how the parallel and mutual this business works. What a beautiful day to begin with. Thank you so much for being with us, and today I'm going to review the road to red restaurant list. I really like street photography, and especially it's very uh, expensive, especially if you have to really have good lens and camera and all this. I did it in the past, but unfortunately couldn't go through all these financial hurdles that a photographer really needs to have. Sometimes they really need tools and all these things. They are quite expensive, and during that time, I have uh, witnessed many things, and especially how these restaurants they get Michelin stars and all those international recognition, and especially it happens once they are being recognized internationally or by any other good brand or the company, then we all invade into that restaurant. But here the protagonist Tamya Suda is working in a company. He's a salaryman, middle aged, and already according to the current generation, he's a bit old, and he's just thinking conventionally and not being more creative as the youngsters are. So he has his work stress or whatever he's going through. He's being helpful to all the colleagues there, but sometimes in his situation he is left forsaken. And overall, he is good at work, and at home he has a wife and daughter. Since the kid is more interested in music, concerts, and all this, so mother has to stick to daughter. So they are minding their own hobby while he is totally free on the weekends, on Fridays, and he goes to find Zitsumishi called endangered meals, like the meals that are going to be not in this society. It's like that chain or that, well, I cannot say that's chain. It's a restaurant that has been there for plenty of years. All these people, those who are in the suburbs or villages, they had the history of setting up their own restaurants, but unfortunately the young generation doesn't want to move with that chain of food, or they don't want to take the torch from that point. So he has to go all these places. It's a 12 episodes, and you will really be amazed with how he finds sleeps in his van. He likes this kind of camping environment, that he really wanted to open his eyes to see the sun and seashore and all these things. He wanted to visit all these places during the weekends. So after that, he at that time also he also met a person also, and a guy. He becomes a very good friend, and he is going through emotional or social problem. And at the beginning, it is in their culture, it's very hard for them to open up very quickly. But once they open up with each other, they trying to generate more ideas or share whatever they are doing it. So it's a parallel story of that guy also you will witness in this one. But overall, the focus is all about the restaurants, those who are going to be closed soon. Why? Because the youngsters, they don't want to take the charge of this, because it's happening in most of the places, especially the kids. They are excited to go to the urban environment. They wanted to explore cities. They really want to not be what their forefathers or parents did. So that's why those business are at the stake of losing their existence. So he finds, and it's very important thing also, because if they have started that restaurant, definitely they have worked a lot on it. Maybe their parents also, because from every generation it was totally different. Like baby boomers, they have to pick up sometimes the family business, and thus they want to forward it to generation X, Y, and Z, and now generation Alpha. So the new generation, totally they have different choices. especially the choices are too many is regarding the work. Before at that time the choices were very less, and if you have a very fruitful business, you will definitely take the charge of that business from the struggle of parents and forefathers. You really wanted to have that one, but right now this generation doesn't want at all this. So there was all these things that he witnessed, how some people really wanted to take it, some really don't want to invest it, and sometimes there is a, cannot say ego, but at least the art of mastery or something being mastered at a food. They don't want to do deliver or give it to their children also, because they are not as passionate as they were. So he has to witness all these things up close and personal experience with all those people, those who are really owning this place, and how they really felt about this ambience of that place, the food, the menu, everything in that place has a detail, and you will really be amazed that what all these details are all about. But this thing that I really felt very different right now after visiting different restaurants recently also, I went to a place and had a Swedish food and then Japanese also, and you really understand that how these businesses have been operating for many years, and especially in the now it becomes very different even in the city to exist or survive, especially the finances and all this, and especially lockdowns, things are closed, and business salaries and all these things, they means a lot. So there was a chance here. Setting up a business in a city is very hard right now also. It was in the past also, but right now also, when you are not sure what will happen. So taking that place was very fine chance for the young generation, and especially the what I don't know, the cooking schools, culinary schools, they have to do something like this also. They have plenty of students. Why not collaborate with all those business, those who have been in the suburbs or wherever they are for 20 years or 25 years, and let the new students go to that restaurants and learn something, so they can open up their new franchise or hubs. That's how it happens right now also, and especially some restaurants, if they get the Michelin stars, now others are also asking for their branches also. And there was what is that there in Bangkok, there was also another Indian guy, Bhavan, he was very famous also, and Beckham also went there to eat. And you could understand, if people start from the scratch, if they make up that restaurant a brand, it's very good for others to have franchise out of it. And it's very a nice idea if the schools and colleges and all those cooking schools, they will really collaborate with these people, so that they will have an opportunity to develop their business, and they will have a chance that someone will definitely or likely take this place, because this is how from generation to generation the food and the taste will be delivered. I hope you will really enjoy this one. I should really feel in the upcoming years or upcoming time, I would really like to set up Patreon so that people could really support, so I can do my. I think I should have set up a Patreon also. Sooner or later things will get better, and I hope there are plenty of people who will definitely come to this point and listen to me, and I believe they will be there for supporting me. So thank you so much for hearing me, and have a great watch. Take care, loved ones, stay safe, and be kind to all the people, and in your capacity, whatever the good you could do it for others. Bye bye.